Okay, hey Patriots and other truth seekers. It's Patricia Cleary, your healthcare whistleblower turned documentary filmmaker, coming to you from parts unknown and focusing on the shady streets of Spring Hill, Florida, or should I call it Sing Hill, Florida. Although I'm dealing with family business, I'm in the midst of a legal desperation by Mirra Healthcare. I'm about to unleash Healthcare Mafia 2, the Spring Hill Gang, a series that exposes Mirra Healthcare's dirty game. They owe me my final invoice that they've refused to pay for W-9 services and for consulting services, for the report, and then for engaging the auditor. But at this point, I already know that, there's no getting that. So since that happened, I've turned around and I've filed several kind of whistleblower complaints. So now they're engaged in suing me with a civil complaint claiming that I'm violating a non-disclosure agreement, which is total nonsense. Here's the truth. They don't want you to know. Everything I'm talking to you today about is public record. Thousands of physicians in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and the surrounding areas receive remittance advices generated by Mirra Health Plan on behalf of Solace, Sonder, Liberty, Secure, Ultimate, denying providers claims for no W-9. That's out there, folks. Not confidential, not a trade secret, not proprietary. It's for every provider to see. Medicare beneficiaries, same deal. Thousands get notices saying services that they received were denied because no W-9 was provided. So those letters are floating around out there and they're known to all, not protected by Mirra or their plans. And why is that important? Because Mirra was obligated to still process a claim, even if it was clean, and not deny it. The IRS says that if a provider refuses or can't provide a W-9, then Mirra was supposed to withhold 24% for backup withholdings and pay the provider the balance. And that didn't happen. Instead, Mirra allowed the health plans to keep all of the money. The IRS didn't get their money. The provider didn't get their money. The OIR didn't get a complete accounting of liabilities. These claims are still clean and they're still payable. Finally, Mirra has refused to process these claims if the W-9 does arrive, but the claim is over 65 days old. Because I'm speaking about this, Mirra is crying about their NDA violations to shut me up and block me from making this documentary. This is full-on anti-SLAPP territory. But wait, it gets dirtier. They're using my past criminal history, including identity theft charges, to paint me as now an extortionist. It echoes Citrus Healthcare, who did the same maneuver suggesting I was racketeering, and it's just hypocrisy. Mirra contracted with me, a felon, a convicted felon, with zero background check. No Google name search, no references, no website searches, no promo materials, no projects, no conversation about projects, no social security check, no driver's license, no validations in the Florida Fingerprint Clearinghouse. Nothing. But they're going to claim that I somehow enticed them to hire me.
Should we ask her any questions?
Yet they have dirty hands because they openly market their plan as having a contract with the United Healthcare Group. Mirra gave me full access to protected health information for all of their plans. I signed a business associate agreement, an NDA, a statement of work, and then they expanded the services to the Sonder liquidation audit that they later claimed denied. They denied it. So what's the extortion threat? I sent a 10-day demand letter for my unpaid invoice. a legitimate claim. And now they're calling it extortion. No threat, no crime, just their excuse to stiff me. Just a small business person trying to make it. Their hands are filthy, and this series will prove it. I filed with the IRS Whistleblower Office Form 211, exposing their W-9 scam, dodging backup withholdings, plus my HIPAA complaint to the OCR because they left my access on for 3 days after I canceled the contract, and they didn't report it. And then they didn't wipe my devices for another 20 days. And remember, this is the exact same thing that happened with Baycare, who had an $800,000 settlement, and Memorial Hospital, who had a 5.5 for breaches like Mirra's PHI mess. So now they're sweating, trying to get a civil action going. This echoes Citrus Healthcare's 2014 smear and their civil complaint to scare and dismiss me. It's part 2, and this drops with Dr. Singh's own key tam lawsuits, CMS's data, and the Spring Hill Gang's other messes. So share and tag this to the OIR, tag it to CMS, and tag it to the IRS, because at the end of the day, people need to know who they're signing up for when you sign up for a health plan. You're not just getting your health plan. You're getting the TPA and all the people that the TPA hire who touch your claim. This isn't a case of someone's extorting money. This is a case of they have bad practices and now they want to silence me about their bad practices.